a $337 monthly raise to SSI for the millions of beneficiaries who do receive supplemental security income. I have all the details for you here in the video. Let's get right into it. All right, now first off, everything I'm talking about here in this video directly pertains to SSI, supplemental security income, and like I said, the millions upon millions of beneficiaries that do receive these benefits from Social Security every single month. Now first off, let me ask you a quick question. How would a $337 monthly raise sound right now to your monthly benefit? Does that sound pretty nice, or would you go ahead and pass on that? Yeah, that's not a trick question, but I do think we all agree. Yeah, we've been waiting for something like this for a very long time. In fact, if you've seen other videos here on the channel as well, I've talked about this $200 infamous raise that we've heard about for so many years now that many people have been asking about. Hey, when are we going to get a $200 raise to benefits, right? Well, that's $200. That was years ago that we started hearing about that, way back in 2020, right? That was many, many years ago now, but that still hasn't happened as of now. But my point is, over that amount of time, the cost of living has gone up so massively. I've been saying for a long time, anytime that I bring that topic up, because I get so many questions about it, when I bring that up, I say it shouldn't even be a $200 raise anymore. It should be more like $300, $350, $400, something like that, because the cost of living has gone up so much, but yet they still talk about a $200 raise. Anyway, I don't want to get too sidetracked here, but my point is, that is going out, or it's not going out yet. It's not approved yet. My point is, though, that is what many people are talking about, is looking for, begging, pleading for, asking for a $200 raise. But when it comes to SSI, you should be getting a $337 monthly raise to your monthly benefit right now as an individual. But what? Sounds really good, right? Now we're talking. But let me share with you what happened here and why this number is like so pivotally important, especially with some of the changes that are out there right now directly pertaining to SSI and how this would translate into more money for about 8 million people. It's actually a little bit less than 8 million people who do receive SSI. And again, vitally, vitally important. I can't emphasize that enough. And again, we want to bring this to the attention of everybody. We need to make this known that honestly, SSI beneficiaries, I'm going to say it, are getting absolutely hosed right now. You know this as well as I do. That is not a secret. That's not to be offensive. That is the reality. And again, why I want to bring this to the attention of the people, because unless we bring this to attention, unless we talk about this, unless we explore the ideas and explore what has happened to this program over the last several decades, it's just swept under the rug and nobody's like, hey, maybe we should talk about it. Yeah, I agree. Maybe we should talk about this because this is a massive problem and it's hurting a lot of you, my friends here in this community. Many of you here that are receiving SSI, again, I just said my friends, I feel bad. I mean, seriously, this is a tough situation. I see the stories. I see the struggles. I see what's going on. It is not cool. And again, who receives SSI? Let's talk about it for a second. People with disabilities or people who are aged 65 or older with limited income and limited resources. And we're denying these individuals? I don't know. Something about that tells me my conscience is saying that's messed up. I don't know how else to say it. That is totally messed up. Not cool, right? Anyway, let's talk about the details here. Okay, so back at the beginning of the year, I totally get it. That was a long time ago, right? Back at the beginning of the year, and this happens every single year, the federal poverty line increases, okay? Federal poverty line increases every year. It changes a little bit on how much it increases. This year, it went up by 3.9%. Last year and the last few years here, it's gone up anywhere between about 3.9 and about 5.5 or more percent is how much the federal poverty line increases every single year. Okay, but why do we care? When the SSI program was originally started back in the early 70s, it was supposed to be an anti-poverty program. That's how it was for a while there, as it kept pace with the poverty line. In other words, as the poverty line adjusts higher, SSI benefits adjust higher, and it keeps parity, in other words, equal to the federal poverty line. Unfortunately, over the last 50 plus years since SSI has been in play, this program has continuously fallen behind year after year after year. And over time, over 50 plus years, now we're dealing with a situation where this program is well below the federal poverty line. Example, let me tell you right now. Okay, the federal poverty line right now in 2025 for an individual is $15,650. Okay, on a monthly basis, that is $1,304 a month. Okay, that's the federal poverty line on a monthly basis. But what is the maximum benefit for an individual who receives SSI? $967. That's a maximum you can get. You cannot get a penny more than that as an SSI beneficiary from your monthly benefit. That's it. They drew the line in the sand this year, 2025, at $967. Okay, but I smell a rat. I feel a discrepancy. I understand there's a discrepancy here. Yep, you're right. There is a discrepancy. Here's what it is. The difference between the maximum benefit for an individual, $967, and the federal poverty line on a monthly basis, $1,304. What is the difference? It is a difference of nearly 35% or $337 a month. That is the discrepancy. That is the difference, right? And you heard me just say, by the way, nearly 35%. That's how much benefits would need to increase just to bring you up to the federal poverty line. We would need an instant 35% increase on SSI benefits right now on the individual level just to bring them to the federal poverty line where they were supposed to be this whole time. They're supposed to be adjusting to the federal poverty line every year. So as the federal poverty line increases by 3.9% like it did this year, guess what? SSI benefits, assuming they were at the federal poverty line last year, should have been adjusted higher by 3.9%, adjusting to the federal poverty line again this year for 2025. Does that kind of make sense? That's where we're at right now. So this is the discrepancy, which, by the way, $337 on a monthly basis is how much these benefits are below the federal poverty line. I just said that a minute ago, but this is the major discrepancy. This is the problem. So basically what this is doing is it's basically eroding the kind of the lifestyles and what's the other word that I'm looking for? Let's just call it lifestyles. This is deteriorating the lifestyles of SSI beneficiaries at a pace of $337 a month. Okay, let me ask you really quickly. Would $337 be life-changing for you on a monthly basis? Okay, I think I can just answer that for everybody right now. Yes, absolutely 100% yes. This would be life-changing. That's the difference between probably a month's worth of groceries for somebody. I mean, I don't know, it's going to be different for everybody, but that's like probably a monthly grocery bill, maybe even being a little generous there, right? That's probably easily all of your utility bills, your gas or natural gas, your propane or heating oil, your electricity bills, your phone bills, your internet bills, whatever else, that probably covers that. Whatever else you're paying, medical copays and premiums, things like that, probably covers that. My point is, that covers a lot of things. $337 a month for an SSI beneficiary would be like, you hit the jackpot. I mean, seriously, that would be like massively helpful right now for those individuals. And realistically, you should be getting this. You should be getting this. But why aren't you? Because the program has slowly fallen behind. In fact, did you see my video out not that long ago where I was talking about how much the COLAs have boosted benefits over the last, 25 years or so? Yeah, it's 25 years. I was talking about how much the COLA, the cost of living adjustment that SSI also gets, has boosted benefits over the last 25 years. It was something like, what was it, like 83%? I think it was a little over 83%. I talked about it the other day in the other video, but it was something like 83%, okay? So that's how much the COLAs have gone up in 25 years. Not bad. You think, wow, we're really on top of the world here. We got an 83% increase to our benefit. It feels good until you compare it with how much prices on goods and services have gone up during that same amount of time. If you look at the numbers and the statistics there, prices on goods and services have gone up 145%, a discrepancy of over 60% different, right? So that's the problem. This is exactly what we continue to see all the time, and exactly like I shared in the video the other day, this is exactly why seniors and people with disabilities and people living on a fixed income continuously fall behind, and why we see so many reports coming out right now saying seniors and Social Security beneficiaries on the low income are falling behind. Duh. Look at the statistics. It's not that hard to figure out here, right? We know this. It's not that hard. I don't know why they continue to bring us these articles and this information saying this information, be like, look, this is the biggest struggle that low income and fixed income has had in decades or their whole lifetime. Yeah? Well, look at the numbers. The numbers tell us what's going on, right? It's not that hard to figure out. I share with you here in these videos, and why I like to make a big deal about this, because does anybody really share this information? Does anybody really crunch the numbers? Does anybody really look at the statistics? Does anybody look at the discrepancies of what benefits are compared to where they should be? Does anybody run these numbers? I do. That's why I share it with you. I look at all this stuff. I look at all the numbers. I look at the percentages. I look at the comparisons. I look at the discrepancies. I look at the differences between where benefits should be and where they are. I look at everything. Why? Because I want to understand the big picture. If we just look at one number, 967, okay, cool. Compared against what? If we're not looking for a comparison, it means nothing. It's just an arbitrary number. But if we have a comparison, the federal poverty line, $1,304 a month, Ah, now we have a comparison. Now we have a discrepancy. Now we have a problem. See that? Exactly. So that's why I like to look at all of this, and why I like to draw these different details out of this, because I want to talk about it here in these videos and bring it to your attention and let it known to the world. You're getting hosed as an SSI beneficiary. And again, I'm not saying that to make you feel bad. I'm saying that so hopefully somebody of influence, as in a lawmaker or somebody like that, is maybe watching this video, or maybe this video will be shared with them, and they can say, hey, this guy has a point. He's talking through the details about this. He's sharing something that nobody else is talking about. And maybe we should investigate. Maybe we should look into this. Yeah, maybe you should, lawmakers. You should be doing this. But again, if they don't talk about it, if they pretend like they don't know, then guess what? They get a free pass, right? That's just how it works. Pretend like you don't know. I think that's probably, I would guess, I mean, I don't know what some of the internal like hush-hush statements are within lawmakers, but I would guess one of them is probably remain ignorant, right? Remain ignorant, pretend like you don't know anything. If you don't know anything, you pretend like you don't know. Oh, I never knew SSI had these benefits so below the federal poverty line. We should look into that, right? But if they pretend like they don't know, oh my, never knew. But if they do know, it's like now we come to them and say, why haven't you done something, right? So anyway, I literally could sit here and rant for hours, but I'm not going to. I'm going to leave it at that, okay? I think I made my point. If not, don't worry. I can come back in another video and I can hammer down some more if you want me to. I'm not here to make anybody feel bad. I'm here to expose the truth of these programs and let you know what's going on, where they're supposed to be, the purpose of the program, and what's currently happening. Anyway, I'm here for you no matter what, a low income, fixed income, regardless of the benefit that you're receiving, I'm here for you. Look across all the videos that I have here on the channel. It'll be very obvious and very apparent. I'm here for you to represent you. I'm here to advocate for you. I'm here to talk about the things that nobody else wants to bring up because it's supposed to be a big secret. It's not a secret here. I expose everything. Anyway, I'm here for you. Thank you so much for being part of the community. If I can ask a couple huge favors of you. Number one, please subscribe to the channel. If you're new here or if you've not done so yet, please make sure to subscribe. There's a big subscribe button right down below the video. Thank you so much for your support. Make sure to hit that if you haven't done so. Thank you. Also, if you can think of one or two people that benefit from this video here, or any of the other thousands and thousands of videos here on the channel, please feel free to share this video. There's a share button right down below as well. It's 100% free to do so. Thank you. I really do appreciate that. Otherwise, check out the thousands of videos here on the channel in the video library. Again, free to do so, or down below in the description or the top of the comment section. I've hand-selected some very popular videos for you there. Check those out, or right now popping up on your screen as well. You'll see some videos there. Check those out. Otherwise, I hope to see you again soon in the next video. Have a nice day. Enjoy, and thank you once again for trusting me. Thank you once again for allowing me to represent you, and thank you once again for your support.